everybody, welcome to Sim Race TV, live tonight from Martinsville for the iRacing iFlag Truck Series for the International Asphalt Association. Race number 3 tonight. And it's going to be a messy one. I've been watching these guys out there in practice, man. It's going to be tough for these trucks. 101 degrees out there, and you know, that track temperature may change. Let's take a look at it here. It's dropped down a little bit. It's at 99 degrees, so they ain't getting a whole lot of grip out there. Right now we're watching the driver of the number 11 here, Scott Crump. So he tries to weave his way around through traffic there. The 28, Charles Silvas, I believe. Hollywood Charles Silvas. Scott Crump got him a win here, by the way. Last week at Atlanta. So the 11's looking to make it 2 in a row here at Martinsville. Anyways, we got about a minute and a half left here in this practice session. They're going to switch over to qualifying. So real quick, let's take a lap around here with last week's winner here, Scott Crump. It's a little tricky getting into the corners, watching these guys out there in practice. A lot of them, you know, losing the rear end of the truck as they come up into the corner. But this guy right here is the fastest one out there. Oh, yeah. 19.976 Kyle Edgar put down over Scott Crump. Scott's in second there. Blake Mosley's in third right here in practice. And Noah Samples and Ryan Kendrick rounds out the top 5 here. And here it goes, man. Less than 20 seconds left here in this practice session, and these guys are gonna run 175 laps here tonight for race number 3. Keep in mind, one fast repair here at Martinsville, 50% fuel, no incident limit, fixed setup, all that good stuff. So here we go. Qualifying's about to get it going. So you know what that means. One of these drivers is going to try to put it on the pole here at Martinsville. And if it was me, I'd probably start in the back. From the looks of practice, man, these guys, I tell you what, trying to get every inch out of it here that they can get. And it's not always the best results coming into the corners here. But it is what it is here. The trucks, a lot of fun at Martinsville. So one thing I do know, they're going to have a lot of fun out there for race number 3. The International Asphalt Association iRacing iFlag Truck Series presented by XRE here at Martinsville. And I'm Jay Weezy. That's right, Virginia. Short track style. Watching the driver of the 119, Corey Stansel, out there right now. Coming across to put down his first time. 20.170. That puts him in 6th. Noah Samples, he's our pole sitter right now, the number 8 machine. Yeah, good luck. Chris Snarf said, good luck. They're going to need it here. That's right, at Martinsville. Scott Crump, he's in second right now. And Kyle Edgar in third, the 47 machine. After winning at Daytona in race number 1. Ryan Kendrick, the 55, he is in 4th right now here. Still early in this qualifying session here, so don't count nobody out. But we will talk about some of the drivers. We got Jacob Sampson in the 08, Blake Mosley, the 123, Randy Brashears, Richard Swavely, Lee Robinson, the number 18, Jacob Fields, he's in the 007, with 119 of Corey Stansel, the 2 of Ethan Stuckwish, Sean Freeman, Troy Stuckwish, And this guy right here, the 88 of TJ Coggins. And we also have the number 9 of Adam Holm, Hollywood Charles Silvas, Dustin Heath, Chris Nabwernick, David Clymer, and Dustin German. And we also have Gareth Anderson, JD Sass, and Ty Dowman to wrap up the field here. A lot of trucks showed up here tonight. Looks like 25 of them here at Martinsville for race number 3. Said Troy's gonna need the good luck, so all the good luck goes to Troy. I do hope he has a good run here tonight. Troy Stuckwish, that is, in the 24 machine. Hey, let's jump back in the car and see what it's like. Riding with Jacob Sampson. I was watching him in practice earlier, and man, talking about aggressive. This guy right here has a brick on his foot. But it looks like he's got it figured out here. Keeping that thing down on the bottom, right up against that yellow curb, which is exactly where you need to be at here at Martinsville. These drivers will be adjusting their brake bias. Make sure that rear end don't kick out on them when they're hard on the brake there. Let's ride along with TJ Coggins. He's out there. This is the 88. And he is downshifting it. You heard him upshift right there coming off the corner here. Let's see him. He downshifts coming into the corner. And then he gets on it, gets a little bit loose. So maybe downshifting ain't the way to go there. You lose a little bit of time, a tenth or two, every time he gets loose. And now we're riding along with Dustin German, the number 6. Sporting SRTV Network paint job on that Silverado. Appreciate that. Nickname is Boss. They call him Boss. Looks like he's running a really good line out there. Currently not going to qualify. He's just out there running laps right now. So the number 6 looking to start. Actually, as soon as I said that, he puts a time down. So Dustin German going to wind up 12th on the leaderboard there with a 20.176. And these times are awful close looking at these guys out there. The top 15 within 2 or 3 tenths of each other, which is not nothing unusual here at a short track like Martinsville. A very fun track, and it looks like qualifying is over. Time's up. So we're going to move on to race number 3 here at Martinsville, and these drivers are going to lay it all on the line. 175 laps here coming up for the International Asphalt Association's iRacing iFlag Truck Series, presented by XRE Xcaliber Racing Engines. And we're going to go through our starting grid here tonight for this 175 lapper, man. I tell you what, if you ain't excited for this one, you might want to take a nap. Try it all over again. This thing will be live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch TV. And if you want to come back and watch it later on, it's always going to be there on all 3 platforms. And we appreciate all the support we get from you guys out there. So thanks for stopping by and watching this one as we get set to take you through the field here at Martinsville. The number 8. Starting on the pole, Noah Samples. I was watching him in practice, man. This guy right here's got it down. He knows how to get around this little short track. He's going to have trouble, though, with that number 11 of Scott Crump to his outside. Scott coming off a win last week, and he's looking to make it 2 in a row there as he pulled off the victory at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We also have the 08 machine there. It's that second row inside. I believe that's Jacob Sampson. And absolutely the 55 machine to his outside. Got Google on the side of that thing. It's Ryan Kendrick. Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle Edgar starting in the second row to the inside there with that 55 alongside him. Third row's Jacob Sampson and the 123 of Blake Mosley there. Fourth row is going to be the 38 of Richard Swavely, and the 23. Good looking 23 truck right there. Randy Brashears there in the 23. We got the 007 of Jacob Fields and the 18 of Lee Robinson, the number 2. He's out there. Ethan Stuckwish. The 24, his brother Troy Stuckwish, starting right behind him. The 119 of Corey Stansel. Adam Holm in the field, as well as the green flag is out here. We are racing for race number 3 for the iRacing iFlag Truck Series here at Martinsville. Noah Samples is hard on that gas pedal there. He's off to a nice lead there with the 47 of Kyle Edgar running in second, Scott Crump in third, and the 55. Looks like we got a car around already here. He hung on to it though. These things are still going green here. Let's get a wider look here and watch these drivers a little bit further back. Lee Daniel Robinson looking to come up through the field there in the 18. He's got the 87 of Sean Freeman on his outside right there. The number 9 right in front of him, Adam Holm in the Hot Wheels Silverado. He's a short tracker there. Old school OG Adam Holm. I've known that guy for a long time. Very classy, clean driver, so watch out for that number 9 of Adam Holm. Let's go back up front here because these guys are all single file right now. Noah Samples leading them around with Kyle Edgar in second. Scott Crump still holding down that third spot. Ryan Kendrick in fourth. Jacob Sampson in the number 5 spot there. And that 08, the 123 of Blake Mosley gets a good run there. You see the 55 loses momentum coming off of the corner there. That allowed Jacob Sampson. Jacob pushes up the track. Blake Mosley drives it right on down in the inside. And he's looking to take over that 4th spot. And he's got it there. He's got him cleared here. The battle behind him, though, between Ryan Kendrick there. Ryan in that 55. Trying to hold off the 23 of Randy Brashears right now. The 38 looking to move in there. Richard Swaverly. And also Dustin German there, the number 6 truck. Right behind Dustin, we got Jacob Fields in that 007. These guys pretty clean right now here. Almost approaching 10 laps into this one here. 125 laps, my bad. I said 175. Thought it was 175, but hey, 125, 175, it's all the same here. Short track at Martinsville. These guys out there having a whole lot of fun, duking it out. Right now, Noah Samples has a 0.6 of a second lead there over Kyle Edgar. And the 88 of TJ Coggins, man, he barely hangs on to that one as that rear end come around on him there under braking on the entry to turn number 3. But he managed to hang on to it. We got trouble in the back. It looks like the number 9 of Adam Holm got caught up in that one. And we will have to go back and look at that one on the replay because he's already got that thing gathered back up. So let's pull this up here, man. This is a pretty big wreck here on the front stretch. We see the 63 get sideways there after contact. Chris Nabornik there. Got a little bit of contact, threw him off balance there. The 18 pushes into the 120 or to the 24 there. Troy Stuckwish a little bit. Troy gets loose on exit. That's what causes that pile up. The 28 gets caught up in that. 28 of Charles Silvas. And he just couldn't miss it. Trucks just piling in on that one. And we're going to take another look here from a wider shot here because you see Lee Robinson hard on the brake there, trying to stay off of Troy Stuckwish, and Troy just gets loose, bounces off of the 18 right into Charles Silvas, and Adam Holm has nowhere to go. And these drivers try to weave their way through there. Troy Stuckwish got a lot of damage there, and the 28 also has some damage. And those guys were banging it up there on the front stretch here at Martinsville, and that's how quick it can happen here. Drivers making their way on the pit road here with our leader. Noah Samples, the first one to come down. He's already back out on the track. I tell you what, while we're under caution, let's pull up that driver there before we go back green. That number 8 looking good tonight. See if we can get him on the radio here. Noah Samples, you got your ears on?
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, I was watching you in practice. You got a fast machine out there tonight, getting a good restart, man. Keeping it up front tonight, are you?
Yeah, I was starting to figure it out there. Tires starting to roll away, and then they started wrecking. I saw a car move. He put off, and then it was too late, and the car stopped in the middle of the track.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you lost the lead on that one, man. What do you think it's going to be like starting back here in that 3rd position?
It'll be different. I just got to get a good restart here and stay on this bumper going in the corner, try to get the 2nd spot.
Hey, well, we know you got the truck to do it, man. Good luck out there, and hey, man, put the pressure on them.
Thank you.
Noah Samples, he's led 9 laps here tonight, but we got a new leader, Kyle Edgar. He's led his 1st lap here, actually his 2nd now. As they get doubled up and get ready to go green here one more time. It's 14 laps into this one. First caution of the night for the International Asphalt Association's iRacing iFlag Truck Series presented by XRE. And get ready, because here we go. These boys are about to go down into turn number 1 here one more time. Kyle Edgar about to throw that hammer down, and he does. Scott Crump side by side there with Noah Samples. They're going to dive off into turn number 1 side by side. Crump moves up the track just a little bit. Noah Samples trying to keep it on the bottom there and make something happen. He's going to fall in line here and hold on to that 3rd spot. The 23 is battling with Blake Mosley there in that 123. Mosley up on the high side. Good old short track racing, man. Nothing like it. A lot of fun out there. You see the 08 of Jacob Sampson and Jacob Fields. They are going at it. It's the battle of the Jacobs right there, and Sampson dives off into the corner there a little bit too hard. And Lee Robinson was in the middle of that, or actually on the bottom of that one, put Jacob in the middle. And nice save there by Jacob Fields. Oh, Jacob Fields gets caught up in this one. Ethan Stuckwish and all these drivers move around the high side to miss that one. And these 2 trucks that were involved initially keep on going, and we are still green here after some beating and banging at Martinsville. We got a race on our hands here. The number 2 of Ethan Stuckwish currently in 9th. And he's got a lot of drivers behind him right now. A lot of cars getting loose going into the corner. I could hear those tires squealing as they enter the corner. Dustin German trying to put a move on that 24 of Troy Stuckwish. Troy says no, no, and slides it through the corner there. That's going to put some heat in them tires. Oh, Jacob Fields having trouble holding on to it there. Barely makes contact with another driver, which I missed who that was. And they're going to go 3 wide. German on the bottom, Stuckwish in the middle. These guys putting on a show here. Well, they are really trying to work over that. There they go. German makes an evasive move there around the high side to avoid contact with Troy Stuckwish there. Now him and Troy Stuckwish going to go side by side again and leave Adam home to fight with Jacob Fields there in the 007. And we got a nice race going on. German better watch out. He's been watching Troy get loose going into the corner. So being on the outside there, we got a car on its roof. Troy Stuckwitz drifts through the corner one more time. I tell you what, he keeps driving like that, he's gonna be riding on them rims. He'll have no rubber on that car. All right, let's find out what our caution was for. Let's take a look on the replay and see what happened. I seen one flipping. Oh no, I think Adam Holm was involved again. Don't quote me on that. We'll take a look and see. See Jacob Fields there in the 007, and we were watching this battle right in front of him, the 24 and the 6. It looks like the 111 and the 9 get together. The 46 couldn't check up in time there. Jared Galloway. And where'd the car go that was flipping? No, there it is. The 119. Nope, the 111, that's who it was. The 111 being scored up here in 4th right now after being flipped over down the backstretch. That's a little weird, but he's going to stay out. That's why he didn't come down pit road. He opted not to, which is probably not the best decision, but hey, to each his own here. A lot of drivers did decide to come down pit road, get some new tires. Adam Holm there in the 9. Looks like he's got some damage on the front of that. I believe this is his last truck here at Martinsville, so he has to be very careful. It's not the easiest thing to do here at a track like Martinsville. These guys bumping and banging around on each other like they are. This is your race leader right now. This is the one that was upside down there on the backstretch. The 420 of David Clymer looking to get a lap back there. He's on the tail end of the lead lap. The 420 machine. There are dominoes on the side of that thing. I believe he does some kind of tree service. Looks like a tree on the back of it. Some sort of trees. All right, Charles Silva's also looking to get a lap back there. Him and the 96 of Dustin Heath, the 46 of Jared Galloway, David Clymer, and the 34 of Ty Dowman. Them guys trying to get a lap back there. As you see, the number 9 of Adam Holm there scored as your race leader here. Still under caution here. Caution number 2 of the night. It's going to be interesting here considering Adam Holm's been out there for about 16 laps, and then he's surrounded by those other drivers with all that brand new rubber on them rims. So we'll see how this works out for Adam Holm. He will be the race leader, so he gets to control this restart, and hopefully he can get a good jump on these guys, get out there, lead some laps, and if another caution comes out, come down and get that thing fixed. Here we go. About to go green one more time. Adam Holm set to put the hammer down, and he's underpowered. Not the power that, oh, contact. Scott Crump gets a little bump there from behind there, and a big pile up here in turn number 1. Adam Holm, nothing to do with that one. Just wrong place, wrong time, and I believe his truck is smoking, so that will bring out the caution here one more time at Martinsville, and not surprised. Let's watch this restart one more time here with Blake Mosley there all over Scott Crump. Scott taps the brake a little bit before Blake does, and Blake gets into the back of him. Kyle Edgar makes a good move there, getting around him, but the 38 really made a good call there, hitting that brake, locking that thing up. Jacob Sampson, nowhere to go. He gets caught up in that one as well. And we got a new leader here, the 18, as we're under caution for our 3rd time. It's going to hand over the lead here to Lee Robinson. Scott Crump's in 2nd. Kyle Eggers in 3rd. Blake Mosley in 4th. And our pole sitter, Noah Samples, is in 5th. Got Lee Robinson in the Burning Kush machine. Scott Crump right there in the low line, racing number 11. Kyle Edgar there, the winner of Daytona. And Blake Mosley sporting the iRacing iFlag number 123. Dirt tracking on the side of that thing. And he's got I believe Noah Samples is his teammate there. Right behind him, he also sporting a iRacing iFlag Silverado. Yellow and black. Just looking at the top 5 paint jobs out here in Martinsville. 33 laps, coming to 34, I believe. Nope, 33, yeah, we'll be 34 this time. So we're under 100. Thanks, Daniel Briggs. Appreciate you for stopping by. We got a good one going on here. Short tracking tonight. The trucks here for the International Asphalt Association. The iRacing iFlag Truck Series presented by Xcaliber Racing Engines. And they're about to double up here and get ready to go green one more time. Lights stayed on the pace car, so we are still under caution for some reason. Tony Langley out there, man. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. This is going to be a good one, man. Especially trying to determine who's going to win this thing, man. Start throwing some picks out there. Who you think's going to pull this one off here at Martinsville? I got me a few drivers in mind already. I'm not going to say nothing until, you know, give you about 5 minutes. Also, if there's a driver you'd like to talk to, let me know who it is and what you want to ask them. And we'll try to get them on the next caution here. And oh no, the green flag just popped out on me. We almost missed that restart here, but we're live. Scott Crump pushes high in turn number 1. Single file up front. Uh-oh. Trouble behind these guys. Charles Silva sneaks through that one. Troy Stuckwish as well. David Clymer there in the 420. Well, we got to watch this race up front. Noah Samples getting loose, spins it out up the track into the wall there. The number 8, the fastest truck in qualifying, just loses the back end of it. And there he goes, man. Good call there, Tony. I believe you picked a very good number there. He said the number 11 of Scott Crump. And yeah, man, watch out for Scott Crump, Kyle Edgar, and Blake Mosley, Dustin German, Lee Robinson, to just throw out a few of them. Noah Samples coming down pit road. We watched that one live, so we're not going to go back and watch that on a replay. That was a little wild, though, how it rear end just come around on him there. He's going to bring it on pit road here and get that thing fixed up. We got drivers staying out and drivers coming in. Looks like Blake Mosley, the first truck on the lead lap to come down. The 6 of Dustin German comes in. Also, the 55 machine, Riot Kendrick. The 08 of Jacob Sampson, and you see them other 2 trucks there. Looks like Charles Silva's there. And the 28 purple machine right there, and you got the 87 of Sean Freeman there pulling off alongside him there. And our leader, Lee Robinson, he decides he's going to stay out here this time, along with Kyle Edgar, Jacob Fields, Scott Crump, Randy Brashears, Garrett Anderson, Dustin Heath, Jarrett Galloway, Chris Nabwernick. Troy Stuckwish been out there longer than any of these other drivers. He's got about 31 laps out on them tires. And our first driver that come down pit road is this guy right here, Blake Mosley, currently in 11th position. So the top 10 are on older equipment. So we'll see what happens on that. Tell you what, riding along with our leader there with the rear view mirror camera, looking out the back of that thing. As he's riding under caution here, they're getting set to double this thing back up. And I got a good shot here, man, of this. Matter of fact, I'll show you real quick. Well, he's got a little damage. Let's go to a different truck. You can see that shock and that spring and all that good stuff. Not a whole lot of bumps here at Martinsville, but it's just a different shot there for you. We're on board with the number 11 of Scott Crump right here. He's in there driving that thing around. All right, let's do a restart on board Scott Crump this time. He's going to be starting 4th outside, 2nd row. Jacob Fields going to be to his inside here. Get ready. Here we go. Oh, he spun the tires just a little bit. Car to his inside. Everything's smooth so far. He's going to fall off. Oh, Charles Silvas might have got hung up on something. But we are back under caution. Let's take a look at this one, because yeah, we had a big one happen right there. Jared Galloway got caught up in that. Troy Stuckwish. Oh, Troy gets some help from behind there from that Slayer truck, and it just. The 46 of Jared Galloway's just got a short end of that one there. Is he going to end up on his side there? And he gets it flipped back over so the tow truck don't have to come get him. And here comes our race leader coming around. Let's go back live now. That was a crazy restart there. You know, these drivers need to settle down just a little bit. We're not even halfway through this one. And we've already got a lot of banged up race trucks out there. And yeah, Adam, man, I was pulling for you, and I hate to see you get caught up in all that. Looked like she was a little bit under power on that restart, which really wasn't the reason why you got caught up in that accident. But yeah, man, tough luck out there at Martinsville. I hate to hear that. Yeah, these drivers, man, they need to settle down a little bit. Like I was saying, we're not even halfway through this one, and got a lot of trucks banged up out there. Like Adam Holmes said, he's blowed up. He's done. He's going to finish 22nd. Ethan Stuckwish also 15 laps down. TJ Coggins out of this one as well. Corey Stansel and JD Sass, they've already took their cars to the holler. And we got Noah Samples out there as our started on the pole here tonight. He is 3 laps down. Charles Silvas being scored 2 laps down. Right now he's in the pits, so he will be going down 1 more lap here. It's going to put him 3 laps down. Ryan Kendrick is a lap down. Ty Dahlman's a lap down, or Dowman. And Jarrett Galloway 1 lap down. So currently out of 25 trucks, we have 14 that are on the lead lap. I agree. A little bit of chat coming in from the YouTube. We also have people watching on Facebook. If you're watching on Twitch, send me a message. Tell me something. Say I'm watching on Twitch. All right, they're gonna double up here. Twitch don't get a whole lot of views. I don't understand that, but hey. It is what it is. We put it out there anyways. About to go green here one more time. Lee Robinson starting on the pole here. Kyle Edgar is going to be on his outside. The 2nd row is going to be the 007 of Jacob Fields and Scott Crump. And we're going to have the 23 of Randy Brashears and Dustin Heath and Garrett Anderson. These drivers up front, they get it sorted out fairly quickly. And they get it cleaned up. Our first battle right here is for the number 3 spot. Jacob Fields going at it with Scott Crump keeping Scott up on that high side. The Elite 7 driver using the bottom. Jacob Fields had a good run last week. Finished 3rd, I believe. In that 007 Elite 7 machine. Looks like they've settled down just a little bit. Most of them single file. Looks like Kyle Edgar starting to put some pressure on Lee Robinson here. Lee's still leading them laps out there. He's got this track figured out for now. Jacob Fields in 3rd, Scott Crump in 4th. Randy Brashears rounds out the top 5, and then we got Blake Mosley, Gareth Anderson, Richard Swavely, and Dustin German, along with Dustin Heath. And they're gonna round out the top 10. And a caution is back out one more time. And I'm not sure why, but I'm gonna try to find out. See if I can hit the magic button. Oh yeah, oh no. All right, looks like Jacob Sampson was involved along with the 63 of Chris Nabernick. So let's go back and take a look on this replay. These guys were all bunched up here. Let's go back just a little bit further here as they come off turn number 2 and head off into 3. Oh, the 63 in the back of Stuckwish. But no problem there. He does push up the track just a little bit. And he's into the side of that 08 of Jacob Sampson. The 34, Ty Dowman, nowhere to go. Couldn't get that thing woe down in time there. And he's going to get some damage on the front of his Silverado. Bad day for the Slayer machine right here. As you see, he's got a lot of damage on that thing. He's going to come on down and let his pit crew work on some of those things. Tell you what, we got some Scott Crump fans out there. Let's pull down Scott Crump. See if we can find him on the radio. He does have a little bit of damage, so let's find out if he's got a fast repair or has he used it. We'll make sure that we'll go back live here. Make sure he's off of pit road. Scott Crump, is Jay Weezy got a copy?
Hey, go ahead.
Hey, man, you got some fans out there. I see you got a little bit of damage on your truck. You still holding that repair?
Yeah, I'm holding it for right now. It's a long race still.
Yeah, it looks like you still got a pretty quick truck, man. I wouldn't waste it on that, man. You gonna keep it up front tonight?
I'm going to try to.
Hey, man, it's Martinsville. You never know what can happen out there. Coming off a win at Atlanta. Let's see if you can make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, I'm going to try and keep up the momentum. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
All right.
Scott Crump right now is in 5th. And they're going to... Caution's still out here. Looks like the lights are still on the pace car, so they got to go around one more time. Crump said he's holding on to that fast repair. He's not going to use it just yet. And we got a new leader out there, the number 6, Dustin German. He's got 18 laps on his tires. Jacob Sampson stays out there with about 18 laps on his tire. Let's see, Dustin's got 11. Kyle Edgar, your first driver with new tires. Lee Robinson, those 2 drivers just come out of the pits. They're going to be starting in that 2nd row. So let's see if Dustin German can get a good start here and hold off Kyle Edgar and Lee Robinson there in that 2nd row, along with Scott Crump and Jacob Fields. Here we go. One more time. It is green in Martinsville. Jacob Sampson holding up that outside line there. He's a little bit under power. And Lee Robinson's just stuck with nowhere to go there. He's trying to tap him and get him going. He's got to get to the bottom there. He will drop to the back with Jacob Sampson. He finally finds an opening and moves to the inside and gets around that 08. Lee Robinson does drop back to 5th after getting stuck behind that 08 machine. We're gonna have to keep an eye on this battle between Richard Swaverly, Jacob Sampson. Here comes Blake Mosley trying to get his machine up through there. The 96 of Dustin Heath there. He gets around Jacob okay. Let's go watch our leader, Dustin German, right now. Make some laps here at Martinsville as he tries to hold off Kyle Edgar. Top three right now is German, Edgar, and Crump. Lee Robinson moves up to fourth after dropping back to fifth. Robinson with a fast truck. Let's check out Robinson right here. He's got a little bit of a gap, about 4 or 5 trucks between him and Scott Crump. Let's see how fast he makes that time up. Oh, my bad. Running along on board with Dustin German there as he is being chased around by Kyle Edgar. Looks like German's still got a nice truck. Not a whole lot of bumps and bruises and scrapes on that thing. So he continues to lead laps here at Martinsville. Edgar might have just a little bit of damage, but he's still fast in that 47. And we do have the caution back out again, and I believe it was the 46 machine of Jared Galloway. He's stuck on the backstretch right now. Oh, cars are coming there as he backs up. Man, when those guys do that, it really messes me up a little bit. I always say, oh, or something like that. All right, let's find out what happened to Jared Galloway here. Let's go back and look on the replay. So we were riding along with our leaders, so we missed what was going on there. It looked like him and the 63 was going at it there, the 63. Oh, what a hit he took there. Chris Nabernick there and the 46 of Jared Galloway got together there, and it looks like Galloway having a tough time there tonight. A lot of smoke pouring out of that truck, so it's been a wild ride here at Martinsville so far, and Dustin German is our race leader, but we are past halfway in this one, so we're on the downhill slope of this one, and that means things are going to start heating up here as we get closer to the end. Drivers going to start driving a little bit harder than they are now, and you know, if that's the case, then we're in for a show here at Martinsville. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I know they come out the gates a little bit excited. You know, everybody gets that blood pumping, and of course here at Martinsville it's a short track, so there's a little bumping and grinding going on out there. Then they hit the middle of the race and they kind of just settle down a little bit and turn some laps. Then at the end, man, it's all the marbles are on the line. So all these drivers, they throw down the best laps that they can, try to bring home that checker flag and park that truck down in victory lane here at Martinsville. But looks like the sun's starting to go down just a little bit. Let's keep an eye on the weather here. It is down to 87 degrees. It was 101 in practice, 99 when they started the race here. So the track temperature is going down. It's dropped 12 degrees since the drop of the green flag. And that's a good thing for these drivers. They get a little bit more grip. The cooler it gets, the more grip there is on these trucks. And Dustin German's got 23 laps on his tires. Kyle Edgar, he's been out for about 15, and keep in mind those are counting caution laps, so you got to take off about 10 of them. So 8, at least 8. They are doubling this thing back up here one more time, and they're getting set to go green for how many? Let's see. It'd be for the 8th time. Well, the 7th. First start don't count, right? All right, coming into 3 and coming off of 4. Green flag's about to come out here for Dustin German, and he hammers down. Clears that 47 going into 1. Blake Mosley got a fast machine as well. Let's keep an eye on this battle because the 23 of Randy Brashears has got some speed. Trying to take over that number 2 spot from Kyle Edgar. Kyle makes it stick up on the high side. And he really drove that thing in there. The 38. Oh no. What a save by Richard Swavely. We seen that one and it looked like it was gone, but he caught it. These guys are dirt racers, so they really know what to do with these things when they get out of control. But right now, Richard's battling with that 007, and also those tires heat up when they get loose like that. Tires get hot, truck don't want to act right there for a couple laps, but 3 or 4 or 5 laps, it'll start to come back to them. Dustin German trying to run away with this one. Lap number 75 is complete, and he's led 21 laps here so far. Oh, back under caution there one more time. I missed that one. And I believe that was the 34 of Ty Dahlman. Dahlman? I might have to talk to him and find out if I'm saying that right or not, but let's go look at the replay and see what happened to Ty. He's by himself here. Oh, and it just blows up. And that's why we're under caution. He couldn't get it off the track there in time, and the caution flag will come out here. iRacing will throw that caution when the leaders come around. And we also had another driver. I tell you what, let me check and make sure that. I believe that's why we're under caution. Oh no, we're okay. I think I found some more contacts. Keep an eye on these drivers because I thought I got a glimpse of that 18 going around. Oh, contact between him and Troy Stuckwish. Lee Robinson sideways down the backstretch there. And Troy Stuckwish slides by real quick there. Just a little contact between the right rear of Lee Robinson and the left front of Troy Stuckwish. And I believe that is the real rate. Either way, it would have came out because of Ty Dahlman blowing up, or Dahlman. But yeah, that is not good for the 18 of Lee Robinson. I know he's probably fighting some frustration. But he'll get it back together here. Let's take a look at our leader. I believe Dustin German decided to come into the pits, so he will drop back to 9th. And he's going to relinquish the lead to Kyle Edgar there in the 47. Blake Mosley in 2nd in the 123 machine. Scott Crump currently in 3rd. Jacob Fields and Richard Swavely going to round out the top 5. And look at David Clymer there. It's Clymer time there, running in 6th. Got a little bit of right front damage on his Domino's Pizza dank tips. That's the Puff Puff Pass machine right there. Good to see him out there though still. 81 laps into this one here at Martinsville. He's managed to keep it together long enough. But here we go, boys and girls. About to go back green flag racing. The trucks have doubled back up front. Kyle Edgar is going to be alongside Blake Mosley there. in that first row. The second row is going to go to the 11 of Scott Crump and Jacob Fields. Richard Swavely there, the 111. See a gap between that and Dustin German back there as well. Jacob Fields with a great run off of 2, pulls up alongside Scott Crump. Scott drives it down in there, clears that 007 machine. And Jacob Fields is going to have to take another stab at it here if he can get back to that 11 of Scott Crump. And our leader, Dustin German, that came down pit road, currently in 8th as he makes his way past the 420 of climber time. The next one on the list is going to be the 18 of Lee Robinson as he works his way back up towards that #1 spot. As Kyle Edgar still leads these drivers around by 0.7 of a second there over Blake Mosley. And let's jump on board with the driver with the new tires here. And I'll keep my mouth shut. I tell you what, got to be one of the smoothest drivers that I've witnessed out there on the track here. As you see, he is very smooth getting around this racetrack. So if he gets back up front, they're going to have to watch out for that #6 of German, because tell you what, he's got it figured out right now. He's not getting loose. But right now, Blake Mosley trying to run down this guy, the 47 of Kyle Edgar. And you see how far back he is there looking. Yeah, it's a little track there, Jason, over on YouTube. Martinsville, the paperclip style NASCAR track here. Very small, short track racing going on here in these trucks. And right now, Kyle Edgar's got this thing figured out. 35 laps he's been out there since the last time he's came down pit road. And Lee D. Robinson there coming around the 23 of Randy Brashears. A little damage on his machine. He's behind the 007 of Jacob Fields. And he's smooth, but he got a little bit loose on entry right there. Let's ride along with Lee Robinson. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hang on to it, Lee. You see, he got loose on entry there. A little bit too much rear brake could cause that. So if he can adjust that brake bias, which they do have the option to do, they can put more front brake bias into it, take a little brake out of the rear end of the truck. That way when you get on it, it don't use that much of the rear end. And we got a car smoking on the racetrack somewhere. Oh, we got a car on the bottom. It looks like the 55 of Ryan Kendrick, but he gets it off the track. And Sean Freeman there, the 87, currently scored in 10th. Here's your leader still, the 47, making it happen out there after winning at Atlanta. I'm sorry, at Daytona. He's looking to get 2 wins. His second win of the season here in race number 3. Right now, it's just him and Scott Crump that's been in the winner's circle. And right now, it's looking good for Kyle Edgar. And he might have the truck to beat here. If this thing goes green, 30, well, we got 28 laps to go. Can he hold off these other drivers? Our first one on newer tires is Dustin German, and he is still back in 8th. We'll take a look. He's back here. He's got to get around Richard Swavely, Randy Brashears before he can have a shot at Jacob Fields and Lee Robinson. Them two right there, they're duking it out as we speak, side by side. Jacob Fields and Lee Robinson, 2 amazing dirt racers. But tonight, they're driving the trucks on the asphalt here at Martinsville for the International Asphalt Association's iRacing iFlag Truck Series presented by XRE, which is Xcaliber Racing Engines. Big shout out to those guys, man. And check out iRacing iFlag. I tell you what, I think there's still a promo code. You might want to try to sneak it in. It's try this IDA 2018. IDA 2018. I think that's what it is. I think that'll get you 15% off or something like that. Hey, I'm just saying it might work. Try it. Tay, what's up out there in Ohio? I see you, man. Thanks for stopping by here. We're watching the International Asphalt Association race number 3. And this thing's coming to a close here. It's going to be 24 laps to go this time by. And Lee Robinson's trying to run down seconds ahead of him. So it's going to be hard to do. We have a car around there, and that will bring out the caution. The 08 of Jacob Sampson goes around, and that might be what Dustin German, some of these other guys wanted to see, man, a caution come out, because that thing had the potential to go green the way it was going. So let's go back, take a look on the replay, and find out what happened to Jacob Sampson here, because he was racing with, trying to stay on the lead lap. Kyle Edgar had just made a move on him there and pushed up the track just a little bit, and our race leader makes contact with him, and that is the reason that he went around. And I guarantee you that Kyle Edgar did not mean to bring out that caution there. He did not want to see a caution with a 1.6 second lead there over second place Blake Mosley. So not the time to tap somebody on the door like that, especially the 08. He's been struggling here tonight at Martinsville. So we'll go back live here because Dustin German said, I'm going to stay out this time, and I'm going to try this one more time. And it might work out for him with 20 laps to go. We'll have to wait and see. All right, we're back under caution for, let's see, I believe the 9th caution of the night here. They've been under caution for, looks like 37 laps here. And we've had 12 lead changes here at Martinsville. It's been a rough one for these drivers. And right now, Dustin German's our race leader. Kyle Edgar's in second there with brand new tires. Scott Crump, he's also got some new skins there. Blake Mosley, Jacob Fields, and Lee Robinson, all those drivers. Everybody behind the number 6 has new tires besides Jacob Sampson and Ty Dowman. And they're going to double up this time, and we're getting set to go back green flag racing. Let's see if Dustin German can hold off these new tires that Kyle Edgar and Scott Crump has. It's going to be tough. But I tell you what, if anybody can do it, it is the driver, that number 6. I've seen him in action quite a bit. It's going to be about 18 laps to go here for race number 3. And here we go. German has him clear going into 1. Contact from behind. Scott Crump throws the bumper to the 6 and knocks Kyle Edgar out of sight there. Kyle Edgar up into the wall just a little bit. And he's going to drop back all the way behind Lee Robinson there, Randy Brashears, and Blake Mosley. And we got a battle back here. Let's keep an eye on this one, because Kyle Edgar is forcing his way back up through there. Lee Robinson makes a little bit of contact with Blake Mosley there. And then here comes Kyle Edgar. Oh, no. He drove it down in there, put the bumper to Blake Mosley, and Mosley and Edgar cause a pile up here. The 08 also caught up in that one, but wow, what a hit there Blake Mosley took there from the number 47 of Kyle Edgar. Kyle was just trying to get back up through there after losing all those spots from that tap from behind there Scott Crump gave him. And let's get a better look at this one. Kyle pulls up alongside him here as they dive off into turn number 3. He's on the brakes, and wham, you seen it. And it looks like the 23 of Brashears straightens out Kyle Edgar, but not so much for Blake Mosley as he takes a hard hit there. And looks like he's blowing smoke out the back of his truck. Trouble for the 123, which is one of the contenders to win this thing in my book. Coast to Coast Motorsports on the hood of that thing. iRacing and iFlag. And he's going to bring it down pit road. And Dustin German says, I'm going to stay out because I think there's going to be some more cautions. And I don't want to be back there with all that madness going on. And I can't blame him. He does have a little bit of damage on the rear end of that truck from that 11 of Scott Crump there on that last restart going down into 1. Yeah, that was man, that was tough there. I hate to see it for Kyle Edgar, man. Wrong place, wrong time. And it just really set him back. Right now he's in 7th in the 47. So Kyle Edgar got some work to do if he wants to get back up front. Dustin German, I tell you what, he's in the place to be. So if I had to bet right now, I'd have to go with the number 6. Jacob Fields there on them fresh rubbers as well. So Jacob Fields is going to have a shot at this one as well. But, you know, being the leader and being able to have the restart advantage, that's really going to pay off a lot. And he's been getting pretty good restarts in that number 6. And it's been allowing him to get down into turn 1 without too much trouble there. You know, got a little damage on the rear end from, you know, that last restart. So he's got to watch out there, because these drivers behind him will be coming down into turn number 1 hot. And no doubt about it. But they're going to double it up and do it one more time here. And this thing's getting closer to the end as we're approaching 10 laps to go here. The pace car is on pit road, and Dustin German gets the track to himself. And Jacob Fields, man, he makes a good call on that one and times that restart perfect. German clears him. Oh, the 18 goes around. Oh no. And that's going to bring out the caution. Let's go take a look. I tell you what, man, Lee Robinson did everything he could to keep that caution from coming out. And he did the old move off of the racetrack real quick with the certain button trick or whatever. Let's take a look from Lee Robinson's machine here. He's getting a little tap from behind there. The 23 pushes him, punts him right in front of the 38 there, and he decides, I've had enough. And that's not what brought out the caution. I'm sorry about that. Oh, man. I don't know if that's what brought out the caution or not, but Lee Robinson tried to get it off the track before the caution come out, and he actually did. And I'm trying to find out what we're under caution for here. I think we might have found it. Here we go. Noah Samples. 4 wide going into 3, not going to work at Martinsville. And there's the end result of that. Noah Samples up on the curve down there, spins him around. Lee Robinson joined the chat out there if you guys want to give him your condolences. One of the trucks to beat here tonight at Martinsville, the number 18. The Burning Kush machine. I think Dustin German might have made the right call here by staying out on that initial. When everybody else came in, he stayed out. And I think he might have. That might be the right call. We're going to have to wait and see if it pays off or not. Pace car is flying around. Be 6 laps to go. I believe we're going to have a 5-lap shootout here to the end, and that means if the caution comes back out here after this restart, if they get 1 lap in and then the caution comes out, this thing will be over. So thanks to all the drivers out there with the SRTV Network logo on their truck. I appreciate your support. Thanks to everybody out there watching as well. You guys are awesome. And it is cold here, man. It's 0. Well, it's warmed up a little bit today, but it was 0. Here we go. Getting back to green flag racing for race number 3. And German gets a better restart here on this one. And he knows he's got to drive it hard here to keep it ahead of Jacob Fields. But if he can do it for 1 more lap, if the caution comes out, this thing will be over. So far, so good for Dustin German here. Jacob Fields hot all over the back of him. And you never know what you're going to see here at Martinsville for the win. You might see the old bump and run. And I know Dustin German might be ready for that. He knows how to handle those situations pretty well. Dustin German, your leader. Jacob Fields, Randy Brashears, Kyle Edgar, and Richard Swaveley's your top 5 here. 3 laps to go for German in the number 6. We're on board with Jacob Fields here. And German's got about a 1.5 truck lead over him. The white flag's going to come out here for Dustin German as he comes off of turn number 4. The white flag waving for the number 6. One more time here. And this one's over. Coming down the backstretch. No pressure from behind as he goes into 3. Jacob gives it all he can, but off of turn number 4 with the hammer down, Dustin German gets the win for race number 3 for the International Asphalt Association's iRacing iFlag Truck Series presented by XRE. That's right, the SRTV Network. Number 6 machine, Dustin German takes home the win. Congratulations to him. Jacob Fields is going to come in second. Randy Brashear's in third. Scott Crump comes home fourth, and Kyle Edgar makes it back up to the top 5. Dustin German led 43 laps here tonight to bring home the win. He managed to make it through all the mess that happened out there, all the madness, all the craziness that happened here at Martinsville. And he made the right call on pit road. Sometimes that's how you win these things, on pit road. And he did not come down pit road, which gave him the advantage of having those restarts. And he's burning it down out there. What a win here. Martinsville, man. Tough track, tough place to win. But he does it. And he celebrates here. So let's take a look at our race results here for tonight's race before we pull up our drivers and get those interviews in. Dustin German gets the win. Jacob Fields comes home second. Randy Brashear's in third. Fourth place goes to Scott Crump. Kyle Edgar comes home fifth. Richard Swaverly, Dustin Heath, Climber Time, David Climber comes home eighth. Ninth is Sean Freeman. Troy Stuckwish comes home 10th. Ty Dowman. Is it Dowman? Come on, correct me if I'm wrong. Lee Robinson makes it 12th. 13th is Noah Samples. Blake Mosley, Jacob Sampson, Gareth Anderson, Ryan Kendrick, Jared Galloway, Chris Nabwernick, Hollywood Charles Silvas, Ethan Stuckwish, Adam Holm, Thomas T.J. Coggins, Corey Stansel, and J.D. Sass rounds out the field here tonight for race number 3 for an exciting race here at Martinsville. And I really enjoyed it, and I appreciate you guys for hanging in and watching this one with me. And if you don't mind, hey, we got driver interviews coming up. If there's a question you'd like to ask one of these drivers, Randy Brashears, Jacob Fields, or Dustin German, you let me know what it is out there in the chat, and I'll try to get that question answered for you. So let's go ahead and pull up our third place finisher here tonight. It's Randy Brashears. Randy Brashears, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight?
Hey, man, I'm doing a lot better than you are. What a tough race out there tonight. And to finish on the podium, man, congratulations to that. How was your race, man? Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough race. The competition tonight was really good. You know, everybody was racing really close. Of course, you know, typical Martinsville, had a lot of beating and banging and stuff.
Absolutely, man. A lot of excitement going on, you know, and you're right, typical Martinsville. But and you're also right about all the fast drivers. You know, the track started off at 101 degrees, and I believe it finishes up. Let's take a look here, because it started off hot and slick, and it drops down to 83. Was there more grip there at the end for you guys?
To me, it definitely felt like there was more grip towards the end. Right in the middle of the race, the track got really slick, and I mean, you could tell because we had a lot more cautions. But there at the end, you could kind of hold it down at the bottom, you know, and race side by side.
I've seen a lot of drivers having trouble getting into the corner. It looked like, you know, maybe a little bit too much rear brake bias or whatever, but it looked like the truck just wanted to come around on them.
Yeah, I ended up having to dial a bunch of front brake back in towards the end of the race to keep it, you know, underneath us, you know, going into the corner. But, you know, the biggest thing is just people trying to overdrive the entry, you know, and just push up out.
I totally agree with you, man. I couldn't agree anymore. But you fought through all the adversity that Martinsville could throw at you there tonight, and you're going to finish on the podium in third place. Unfortunately, you didn't lead any laps, man, but you were there at the end when it counted. You think if you had some more laps, you could have ran down them guys?
I don't know. It would have been tough. Like I said, a lot of the guys were really fast, all race long. I was running about fifth or sixth for most of the race, and they were those top 4 or 5. They were always, in their own.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I'm glad I got to talk to you, man. I've been watching you out there for a while, so it's a pleasure to finally get to talk to you. And congratulations on a great finish here tonight. Anybody want to thank?
I'll thank Jason Turner Alignment. He's one of my sponsors and everything. He's a great friend, and just everybody else for.
Hey man, good job out there tonight. Thanks for putting on an exciting show, and hey man, good luck next week. Can't wait.
All right, thanks a lot.
Randy Brashears, man, I've been wanting to talk to him for a while, and finally got to get him up here in the booth with me for race number 3 at Martinsville. So we're going to move on. We talked to this guy last week, Jacob Fields, man. He's found out how to finish on the podium tonight. And last week as well, finished on the podium. So Jacob Fields been having some good runs. Jacob, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Jay.
Another podium finish for you. Just come up one short here tonight, man. You almost pulled off the win. You think if you had some more time, if the thing went green, you probably could have had him, huh?
I think I might have had a shot, but it was pretty tough getting around people, especially on that small track. It'd have been interesting.
Oh yeah, man. But you had a rocket machine out there, and you had those new tires, man. I was just waiting for you to attack. And I guess you just ran out of time, and the cautions kept slowing you down there, so it made it tough on you. Tell us a little bit about the track out there.
Yeah, man, it got real greasy there towards the middle. You just had to take it a lot easier than you did at the end. The track got some rubber on it, and it was pretty decent. I tried to throw it on the outside a couple times, but it didn't seem to have the speed. Either that or I just didn't have the skill to get around him up there.
Hey, it's a tough track, man, but you put that 007, the Elite 7 Silverado, even though it says Tundra, up here on the podium for another race, man, and at a tough track, man, at Martinsville. You guys, especially you, man, fast on the dirt, fast on the asphalt. I mean, is this going to be a common thing here, podium week after week?
I'm hoping to make it. That's for sure. I wasn't sure if I was going to do any good whenever I first came over here, and to get 2 podiums, it feels pretty good. I do want to apologize to Scott for getting into him. I didn't mean to do that at all. But, yeah, it was pretty fun, nevertheless.
Hey, absolutely, man. And I know you're in contention for the points lead. You got to be, with some great finishes here. It's only race number 3, man. So we'll have to keep update with the points and see how that turns out. And hey, man, good luck next week. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank the guys at Elite 7, Trueform Race Products, and Water Truck Productions. Got to thank you for broadcasting. I like going back and watching it. It's always pretty cool. And I got to thank the guys at IAA.
Yeah, well, go back and watch this one. You might do a little bit of fast forwarding, man, but it was a blast. Them guys was putting on a show out there, man. Good talking to you again here, Jacob.
Yeah, definitely, man. Take it easy.
All right, let's pull up our race winner here, the driver of the number 6. And he's got the SRTV Network logo on the front and the side of that thing. Started 7th, led 43 laps, and made a crucial call to stay out there on them older tires, and it paid off for him. Dustin German, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Yeah, man. How you doing, Jay?
Hey, man, I'm excited for you. It's good to see the SRTV Network truck in victory lane, man. What a call you made. You made it earlier in the race. Was you just setting up maybe a call for later on in the race? You just wanted to see what it was like, or did you want to get up front to get out of that trouble?
Yeah, I kind of learned early tires really didn't mean anything, and track position was what it was all about. It was so hard to pass there at Martinsville, and I mean, you just really couldn't do nothing off the bottom, and guys were just kind of keeping you pinned down. So I tried a different strategy earlier in the race. I stayed out when everybody else pitted, and, they kind of left me out the next pit stop. So I was like, well, I'm gonna do it again, and it paid off.
Yeah, man, those cautions worked out into your favor there, and it also lets you lead some more laps, and you stole the win from these guys, man. All those trucks behind you had fresh tires. Was you worried about anything on that restart?
Not really. From the last time I tried it, was that test run there, and it was, I don't know, the truck just seemed hooked up front, by myself. I mean, when you were in traffic, it was like a whole different animal. You couldn't really do what you wanted to. You couldn't hit your line. You were more dependent on everybody else because you're kind of driving off their bumper. So, yeah, I knew for that last run, if I could just keep the lead and control the restarts, and, I could get pretty much, where I wanted to on the track and kind of hit my own line.
Yeah, and speaking of bumpers, I mean, they laid one bumper to you there, and you hung on to that thing. How was that close to getting away from you?
Yeah, I had two handfuls and probably 2 feetfuls of wheel there, but I got a good shove there. I looked through my mirror. I wasn't sure who it was, but I figured out pretty soon who it was, and I think he got hit the next turn. I was pretty happy about that, and just from he wasn't holding nothing back.
No, those guys was out there charging, man. And hey, man, I can't say if I'd have made that call or not, but you made it, dude, and it stuck. And hey, man, congratulations on the win. I know you needed it, and you're gonna be looking good in the points here, race number 3. So coming into next week, and also next week we're going to Eldora. I know it's gonna be a tough track for you, man. What do you think about it?
Yeah, that's what you said last week, man, and I would agree with you coming into Martinsville. I was just hoping to get a top 10. If I'd have got 10th place, I probably would have been happy leaving here, but I just couldn't believe that I was able to pull a win off. But, the pit strategy helped. I learned it pretty quick what I needed to do, and I think next week can be a throwaway race. I'm not going there with any pressure, so, I love Eldora. I don't know if I love it in the truck. We'll see. Yeah,
man, awesome. And you might be able to use a provisional. I'm not sure how they're going to work all that out, man. But you're looking like a driver that might have a target on their back here. So you might be a contender for this points championship here for the IAA iRacing iFlag Truck Series presented by Xcaliber Racing Engines. Man, congratulations tonight on the win. Anybody want to thank?
Yeah, thank you, Jay, and SRTV Network. I got you on the hood, on the side of the car. American Foundation for the Blind. I think my dad's out there watching. I'm not sure he was, but I pulled off the win. I told him I wasn't going to be too good here. It's probably going to be a lot of crashes, and I just hope to finish. But, yeah, I got the win, man. It feels good. I figured out I got one somewhere else, especially not Martinsville, but I'm glad to win here. If it's my worst track getting a win, I hate to see what I can do with my best.
Hey, man, I hear that. Well, you did a hell of a job out there at Martinsville, and, hey, man, good luck to you next week. I'll be pulling for you at Eldora. I know it ain't your favorite, but you'll be out there running around with them. You managed to keep it clean. One of the cleanest trucks out there until you got that tap from behind. But it looked real good doing them victory burnouts down there, man. Good job tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
Dustin German gets the win here for race number 3. And you know what it is. The IAA iRacing iFlag Truck Series presented by XRE Thursday nights. And the green flag drops at 9:45. We go live at 9:35 on Thursday nights. We're also live on Sunday nights at 9:40. And the green flag will drop at 9:45 with the Cup Series. And that's winding down. Only 2 races left. So stay tuned to find out who's going to be the champion over there for the USRL. And also we're live on Mondays with the Simatics. Modified Mondays, that is at 9:20. So stay tuned. Keep update with our Facebook page. Like it if you like it, hit the like button, share it, and thanks for stopping by. We appreciate all the support from everybody out there. So for SRTV Network, I'm Jay Weezy. Everybody have a great night, and thanks for stopping by.